right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the StilyoApps channel. I am Ruth, and today I am joined by Harrison Gross, the founder and CEO of Lucid, a smart wearable eyewear brand, which, to be honest, I've had a look at the store and it looks really cool, but we're going to talk about it some more pretty soon. So first of all, Harrison, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be here.
Awesome. So I think just to get started, let's jump in with you just telling us a little bit about the journey of creating Lucid, where the idea came from, and what made you decide to actually start this business.
Basically, I was working in an IP incubator that used university technology to create interesting startups. And Lucid was one of those startups. And basically, 3 years ago, we looked at the smart eyewear market. We saw it was a cool emerging space, but there were really no successful products in terms of mainstream adoption or mainstream use by prescription eyeglass wearers, which is something that we've really been focusing on. And basically, our goal is to add tech features, useful tech features to prescription eyeglasses. And the focus has been all over the place in the smart glass space. The focus is usually on feature, overloading with, like virtual displays and all these other complicated technologies that basically make for an uncomfortable pair of glasses. So our goal is to, create a comfortable, user-friendly, smart eyewear product that is fully prescription compatible, but also suitable as your go-to all-day glasses. Because you see most of the smart eyewear products out there, the VR helmets, the thicker smart glasses, they're not really suitable to be your glasses that you wear to work or school. They're kind of they're still sort of gimmicky gadgets. They're for early adopters, and they're sort of testing out these concepts of AR and other things. Whereas our product is for the here and now, for people that wear glasses all day, every day, or wear sunglasses frequently.
Yeah.
And basically, we're offering them an affordable product that has all these great Bluetooth features in it, while also correcting their vision in an ergonomic and comfortable product, which is also matches the price of regular eyewear. We only charge $150 for our frames, and we only charge $35 to add a basic prescription. So it really comes out to the same price as what you'd pay going to any optical store and buying a regular pair of glass, but with the added benefit of all these tech features.
Yeah, so I have to say, when I looked, I'm like a little bit obsessed with sunglasses. I wear them all the time and I have a lot of pairs. And when I looked in your store, I was like, okay, these are definitely glasses I would wear. I would buy it regardless of the tech features. So I really liked the design. I think you guys did an amazing job there.
Yeah,
and
thanks.
it's really like somewhere between a startup, a tech company, and an e-commerce company, a direct to consumer. How do you really see yourself how do you position yourself when it comes to these kind of things, to how you actually treat your customers and your product?
Well, it's interesting. We're mass market, but we also see direct to consumer as really the most viable path for us, in the sense that prescription glasses are a mass customized product. So having these individual relationships with the customers is really great, because we can become their sort of go-to eyewear provider, and for years, once they start using our product and adopting our products. So we have that, and e-commerce direct to consumer has always been our core business model. Although we also are approaching sort of meat distribution into physical stores, really optical outlets. But with the direct to consumer, your margins are always better. You have more control over the customer journey, and you're able to sort of retain the customer. There's customer stickiness is a lot higher when you sell to them directly through your website versus through Amazon or through another B2B channel or something like that. Because you get all the customer information, you're able to send them newsletters, you're able to send them discounts, and just kind of keep them coming back to your store in the way that you can with the other channels.
And what would you say was the biggest challenge when actually creating this business? Because it is, like we said, it's a really tech heavy business on the one hand. On the other hand, because it's direct to consumer, there's a lot of marketing involved. Yeah. So what was the biggest challenges for you when creating it?
So for us, it's multifaceted. It's basically a dual challenge of developing a product that people want in a space that's full of competing products that kind of fall short in one way or another. The other challenge was marketing it, because vast majority of people have never tried any smart eyewear product. They've never tried Google Glass or any sort of audio glass. Creating that need to upgrade in the mind of the consumer to this new tech eyewear format. That's been sort of the biggest challenge on sort of the business side, whereas on the internal side, there's that product development and finally getting to a product that people really want to wear all day has taken 3 years, and essentially 3 lines of Bluetooth eyewear that we developed before this that did okay in the market. We did a couple limited runs and of a few thousand units of these previous products, and people liked them, but it wasn't ready for prime time. And basically what we learned from those, I wouldn't say non-successful, but those products that didn't make it all the way, allowed us to then go ahead and create this product that does have that potential of going mainstream. So it's been an iterative process. And over the last 3 years, we've been, testing and retesting and developing all of these different smart eyewear products. And finally, from what we've learned from all of that, we've arrived at a great product. And now it's really mostly just that marketing challenge of getting the user to see that need to upgrade their eyewear.
You have a challenge of basically educating the consumers to tell them you need this and this is why you need this, which arguably is one of the more difficult ways to market any kind of product, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because
from it's necessary.
Yeah. So how do you approach a customer who in their mind it's like, so I have my Bluetooth headphones and I have my sunglasses, why do I need to merge the two?
Well, we've been playing up a lot on the convenience factor of just having headphones and eyeglasses in one. So you don't need to carry headphones anymore. You don't need to worry about losing your AirPods. It's just sort of an inherent convenience factor of no longer needing to carry or buy headphones. And then for those that already wear eyeglasses, we're able to give them this really competitive pricing compared to like, hey, if you're about to go order another pair of regular glasses, we can pretty much match that price and give you all these tech features. So that's been another aspect. And we've really been trying to drive the brand story with influencers in fitness and music and other kind of related verticals. That's another challenge with the product, is that it really sits in so many different categories. It's a wearable, it's eyewear, it's tech, it's a hearable, like, headphones. So it's been a challenge to sort of really define what it is. And we basically cast it as like a lifestyle upgrade for people that wear sunglasses and eyeglasses.
Yeah, it's also, I think when we look forward where our world is going to, things are becoming more not only audio focused, but also visual. At some point, we're all going to have to step away from our phones with augmented reality or virtual reality, and the glasses can really come in handy in this kind of scenario where you have that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, what we're seeing right now is there's already like billions of devices out there that have Siri or Google Voice enabled. So you have all of these voice-enabled devices out there, and the voice AIs are getting stronger by the day to where, it's easy to conceive that in 5 or 10 years from now, you could design a website with your voice, or you can do sort of a complicated application with your voice. And that's actually something we're working on too. We're actually doing a little bit of software as well. We're working on an app, a social app called Verb, to further enhance the sort of voice functionality of the glasses with this software platform that allows people to basically speak to each other in voice messages and start sort of interesting conversations with people through their glasses. So you definitely have this rise in voice AI, because the voice is the easiest and most natural method of communication we have. So we're going to see these Siris and these Google Voices get stronger over the years and become more of, I think, a go-to computing method for people. And the glasses are a great sort of gateway to that.
Yeah, it kind of makes me think of Clubhouse, which is getting a lot of traction lately.
Yeah, sure.
Just with glasses. Okay, so what would you say the main ways and channels are that you guys are marketing your product and promoting it?
Well, so everything basically goes out through our Shopify store or Amazon FBA store. We do probably about a third of our volume on Amazon, and then the other 2/3 through Shopify. And pretty much everything goes out through those two channels. We even process our wholesale orders through Shopify, and it just makes it easier from an accounting perspective. And then we also have a crowd fund on Start Engine, which has been a huge driver of traffic to our website. And what we're finding is that after people invest, they'll become a customer, or vice versa. They'll become a customer, they like the product, they go then invest in the company. So we have these like really interesting multiplex ties to our sort of community that goes way beyond just like selling them a product and calling it a day. They have skin in the company, a lot of our customers. So they're vested in our success and vice versa. So it creates like a really interesting community effect, and one that has just built this core cadre of like 5,000 people around the brand that are just heavily invested in it, physically or virtual, or actually metaphorically invested. But and we also have a lot of affiliate programs as well, referral programs and things like that. So we have ways for people to get involved with the brand, to use the brand to make money with our cash paying affiliate program. And we have this sort of interesting investment opportunity for those that want to invest in wearable startups. So we really have this kind of like, there's like depth to our customer experience that goes beyond just like a checkout.
Yeah.
We want to build this community around the brand, because that brand loyalty is, I think, very key to our survival in the future. As of course, your Warby Parkers and your Luxotticas are going to come out with competing products in this category. But if we can really build that solid brand loyalty, that will allow the brand to persist for theoretically even decades. Like if you look at some brands like Vans or Supreme New York, they have no tech. They don't even have that great of designers, but they just have this core group of super loyal people to the brand. Under Armour is another good example. There's a couple brands that just have this because of whatever, there's their unique flair or the combination of price and value that they offer, or whatever it is. Or in the case of Supreme, the sort of like luxury, hard to get aspect of it. They were able to build this following that allowed them to persist theoretically decades beyond what they should have.
Yeah, I think it's also about the lifestyle. So when you see yourself, part of your identity is basically someone who uses this brand, then you're more likely to buy again and again and stay with it. So I think creating a community is probably the smartest thing today any brand can do to ensure its lifelong success. The problem is that it's not always easy. It's something that I think a lot of brands are struggling with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you share some of the ways that you guys are doing this? Are there any specific tactics that you've seen succeed or not really?
Well, like I said, the crowdfund has been the biggest driver, I think, of this sort of community growth. Things keep popping out. Another thing that we do is we use a platform called Gleam.io. What that is essentially a contest that you can engineer to have the viewers of the contest take certain social actions in exchange for a shot at winning a free product or winning a gift card. So what we do is we run these Gleam contests every 2 weeks. We give away 2 free pairs of glasses, and we drive using a few $100s in Facebook ads. We'll drive people to the contest. And at the end, what we get is a few hundred new emails, and we get usually like 100 to 200 new Instagram followers every 2 weeks. So that's something that we've been doing for like a year. And we built we had to recreate our Instagram because we had an issue with bots. We restarted it about 6 months ago, and we're up to like 2,500 followers just from the Gleam contest. So they're all people that are heavily interested in our products. And additionally, we've grown our email subscribers by a few thousand using this method. So the Gleam has been like the most successful in terms of like attracting like sticky viewers to our newsletter and to our Instagram. Other than that, it's really been mostly the crowdfund, because you have this follow-on benefit of like, you spend all this money on ads driving people to invest in the crowdfund, but they end up trickling through the website and converting, or they might not be interested in investing, but they'll go buy glasses. And it just creates a huge amount of awareness.
So the crowdfunding is basically the first step that you're directing people to, but they find out about you, and if they're excited enough, they might invest. Okay, so you mentioned email marketing. I'm just interested to hear a little bit about some of your favorite apps on Shopify that you're using right now, whatever it is, for email marketing or other things in your store.
So we use MailChimp. I've used Constant Contact and Klaviyo in the past. I think MailChimp is better for the price. I think we were getting charged like $200 a month for Klaviyo, and then they had one system error that caused an email to go out with a major typo, and I was like, yeah, that's it for me and Klaviyo. So we moved over to MailChimp. We also use a thing called PushOwl, which lets you send push notifications to visitors of the website. So we have I think around like 2,000 people that have signed up for the push notifications. So as soon as they land on the site for the first time, it's like you can accept or decline. And then from then on, if you've accepted, we can send you direct messages to your browser. So regardless of what website you're on. So that's another thing that we do. And that app is very affordable. It's like $20 a month. And it's just another great way to get some recurring clicks and things like that. But yeah, and then we do a newsletter on MailChimp like once a week. Trying not to go too hard with those. I know a lot of companies put them out every day, but I never like seeing a message from a company every day in my mailbox. I'm sure most people don't.
It's a little spammy.
Yeah, so we do once a week. We'll include like a promotion, like either, review your product for $20 gift card, or, we have buy a pair for a friend, get $50 off this week, or, we'll have a basic promotion like that. We'll do a roundup of our like latest influencer features, and that's pretty much it. And then that'll go out, and we've been doing really better so far with the newsletters because we've grown the subscribers so much, but we'll do like, 500 to 1,000 revenue just off the newsletter. We'll get like 100 clicks off that. So that's a really good value for us. And we pay, I think, 100 a month for the MailChimp now, 75 maybe. And they also have a social media scheduler on MailChimp, which I think is an extra 25 a month.
Really? Okay.
And you can plot out all your social posts for the coming months and things like that. So it's not perfect, but it's a nice system. And then it also has a thing where it'll auto generate Facebook and Twitter posts that links to the newsletter as well when you send that out. So you get a little bit of social post out of it too. But yeah, I'm a fan of MailChimp. I think it's good value. The question is how do you get people in to subscribe? And there's like one thing that a lot of companies do is they'll have like a coupon pop up when you land on the website, or you enter your email and get the coupon. I'm not a fan of that so much. We'll do that sometimes using that top bar you might see on lucid.co. We have like the top purple bar that we can do different messages, and there's also an email collection version of that bar. So we'll do that as sort of a less obtrusive. We do have an investment pop-up right now, but that's just because we're running TV ads actually right now. So we want
cable TV.
Yeah, we're actually running cable TV ads right now because with the crowd fund, we've been seeing a positive return on TV ads. So it's a little bit of a bigger buy-in, but the amount of exposure you get in a short amount of time is very high. And then for those startup colleagues out there that don't want to go and do a big cable buy, there's a service called Brandzuka, which lets you place ads in like Hulu and like streaming ads and do things like that with like a pay-as-you-go model. So that's another thing. We're actually we haven't used that yet. I just found out about it, and we're experimenting with it starting next week. So I'll report back and let you know how it goes with Brandzuka.
That's really interesting. It's finally the pay-per-click model is finally getting to TV. I mean, even though it's training, yeah.
And there's actually there's like, even with the cable ads, because of the set-top box, like the same as like the internet box or something, like there's actually tracking also that you can do on the cable ads now. So you can like see if someone watched your ad and then went to your website and things like that. Obviously, it's much better with the Brandzuka, because I think with the Brandzuka ads, you can actually have like, I don't know if you ever see those ads when you're streaming on your Fire Stick, and you can like click to get a coupon like during the ad. So there's like TV ads like that now where you can actually use your Amazon remote to interact with the ad and get an email with a coupon, or just go visit the website from your Fire Stick. So there's like some really new interesting thing, and we're just experimenting with those now. So I don't have too much data on like how successful it is. But one thing about the new advertising mediums, like TikTok is another good example, you usually get better pricing per click on the newer mediums because they're looking to grow their ad base and all of that. So TikTok is another thing that we're looking to break into, although it's a little bit harder because you need that specific type of vertical content to go in the TikTok ads. But that's something that we're looking at trying too, just because the cost per click is a lot lower than Google or.
Yeah, but also I think if you have a product that is very visual and could, I mean, your product could become pretty viral on TikTok. It could be something that's
that's the hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hope.
We've been running some TikTok ads too, even though our product is very, I mean, maybe TikTok is not the perfect crowd for this kind of product. It still works really well because, like you said, the traffic is just cheaper. So it's just worth testing it to see what comes off it. Yeah. Yeah,
that's what it comes down to, I think, is that taking advantage of those discounts. Primarily, almost all of our traffic comes from Facebook right now, as of right now. Everything to the crowdfund, to the website, almost all of it is Facebook. And then, we do some Amazon ads for the Amazon listing. But primarily, Facebook has been the driver of all of our investments, all of our shop revenue, and all that. So.
Okay, interesting. Do you have any kind of organic traffic streams?
Yeah, we do, because of these community building efforts and things like that. We do have that sort of core people, but in terms of what brings new people, it's, Facebook ads to the Gleam contest, Facebook ads to the crowdfund. This is like our bread and butter right now. And we're only seeing in the last couple of weeks that since we just started the cable ads, we're seeing those are like performing a little better than Facebook, but it's also a lot riskier because the buy-in is higher.
Yeah.
The first week we did it, I think we we came back just like a one-to-one return, but now we're in a positive return after the initial learning from that first week. We're using a company called Havas, by the way, to do the TV buys, just for reference for the audience.
Havas?
Yeah, Havas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's you're the first person I've spoken to that does e-commerce that actually runs ads on TV. So this is really interesting and unique, I think, compared to what most people do, which is either Facebook or Google PPC. Yeah.
Well, I think you have to have the foundation that's to support it. Like we have a nationally recognized brand ambassador, Richard Sherman, who's a football player. So he's front and center in those TV ads. So he's already a recognizable person for any. Let's say anybody that watches football knows who he is, right?
Yeah.
So we have that element of recognition already with that brand ambassador, and then we also have this like kind of deeper conversion that can happen with the crowd fund. Whereas like, with our product conversion, it's limited to like, $150 to $200 conversion. But with the crowd fund, it can go as deep as they want. So we're counting on those couple deep investments to sort of pick up the slack for all of the rest. So in a sense, like if we were running the crowd fund, I probably wouldn't want to do the TV ads because the actual value of each conversion that we get off of it is theoretically capped out.
Yeah.
Whereas at the invested, it's much more open-ended. Somebody could come in and put down 5,000 or something. So I think we were sort of more positioned to do, and that's from my research in the startup space. That seems to be the more common trend, is that actively crowdfunding companies will think about running TV ads, but just regular D2C businesses aren't really doing that. Yeah, because you do get a better return theoretically, like one-to-one per dollar spend. You're going to get more sales off of the Facebook ad probably, but just because of that, the differences with the crowdfunding and stuff, it kind of worked out.
I think also you're pretty much a single product store at the moment. Last time I saw you had two types of glasses. So, there is only so much as far as customer retention goes that you can get when you have a single product. So obviously, like customer bought once, maybe they'll buy again if they want another pair, but it's not, they're not going to buy every week.
Yeah. Well, so glasses, to begin with, glasses are like a once every 2-year purchase.
Yeah.
What's a little bit different is that like it's sort of more of a fun product. So people might buy a second style for themselves. It's a very giftable item. So a lot of people do buy it as a gift after they get their pair. So I think that we do a little bit better than once every 2 years, but it's still a protracted sales process. And we actually have a pending patent for glasses as a service, which is sort of what we're trying to do to address this, which is basically a pay per month glasses option. And what we'll do is have a interchangeable fronts. So you can get a new front plate for your glasses, different lenses or different style every month, for some de minimis fee. And so that's one thing we're looking at doing to get that recurring revenue going. Cool. And also with the app we're developing, that'll be another opportunity to get sort of ongoing revenue from our customers, opposed to the once a year glasses purchase. But we're trying to address all of those different things because we do see the value in recurring revenue. It's huge. It's the best business. The SaaS model is the best business model, and that's why we're seeing, well, just in my opinion.
My opinion too, definitely.
that's why Microsoft Word is now a SaaS. And, every other, Photoshop is now a SaaS, and every other piece of software is a SaaS now. And so glasses as a service, we see that as a potential future of the business.
I was wondering if you're calling it gas or not.
Yeah. But yeah, so the customer pays $20 a month. They get their glasses up front, and they get a new front plate every month or two, so they can change the look of the glasses easily and affordably. And we think that's a potential recurring revenue driver. So we had to get real creative to come up with that for other businesses, especially for those in consumables and other things that are more frequently purchased. I feel like you have easier ways of doing that. So you have the subscribe and save kind of thing that Amazon does. If we were a regular retail store, we would have that 100%. And you have other things for different types of product. Eyewear is a little bit unusual, so we had to pull one out of the hat for the revenue. But it's interesting.
Yeah, but I think it's also something that kind of builds itself. Like as you go along, you learn what people are maybe missing and what they might want to buy again in different ways, and just learn how to create a subscription out of it. or even just some complementary products or whatever it is. So we talked a little bit about retention, which leads me directly into your usage of ReConvert. So you installed the app about 2 months ago, so you're relatively new users of the app, but I do want to hear a little bit about what made you install it, what were you looking to solve, and how you're using it.
Well, originally, I was looking for something that was like an upsell app while they're shopping. But this ended up being more interesting because I felt like that the mid-sale upsell apps might bounce the customer, because like you're coming on kind of strong. There's already some stuff floating around our website. We have the live chat, we have the rewards thing in the bottom corner, we have the messages on top, we have this investment pop. And if you added in this other like upsell pop-up, it was just going to get too overwhelming, I thought. And then we found ReConvert and we're like, okay, this is interesting. It's post-sale. It gives them this limited coupon. And now what we're seeing is that people will go buy the glasses, they get the ReConvert coupon, and then they go back in and they buy some accessories with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's become sort of this like normal path of a customer journey, and it seems to be working pretty interestingly well. We're seeing like a pretty good number of customers coming back and making another purchase within 5 minutes, which is definitely something that we've never seen before. So
yeah,
it seems to be working and definitely sort of boosting sales by a real percentage. I don't know exactly what that is off the top of my head, but it is helping increase revenues primarily by upselling the accessories.
So do you see people buying mostly accessories on the thank you page and not so much the actual glasses?
Yeah, usually it seems like not exclusively. I have seen some people go back and use the ReConvert coupon to buy a pair for a friend or whatever.
Yeah.
But it seems like that's the most logical path, is that like, okay, I got my glasses. Oh, 25% off. All right, let me see what else is in the shop,
Yeah.
and then they go buy a shirt or, extra lenses or something. So that's pretty much what we're seeing so far. So it's just a little bit of extra sales for no extra work. So we're all in.
Yeah, that's exactly the idea behind ReConvert. It's to help you maximize on any user that's coming in. You already invested in this customer. They already ideally returned the investment by making a purchase, and now you're just adding on to this purchase some extra revenue. So do you know to tell me what the widgets that are performing the best for you in ReConvert? I saw that you enabled the conversion monster template, which is what we recommend anyone using ReConvert to do, because we already built it to really be optimized for conversions. But have you seen something that you can say, okay, this is the one that works the best?
It's the temporary coupon. I'm not sure exactly how you call it, but
the pop-up.
Yeah, after they purchase, they get that 25% off for a temporary window. I guess it's a few hours or something. I'm not sure exactly. My marketing officer actually set up the app, so I've just been watching the results happily. But yeah, that seems to be what people get, that 25% off coupon. They are generally just, I guess, just going through and getting some accessories, because I think it's because of the sort of the time restriction on it. It gives them that fear of missing out, because we send out promos all the time. People use them. Sometimes people use them, sometimes people don't. But this is a promo that people use, I guess, because of that fear of missing out, or because of the fact that they just purchased, so they're still kind of in buy mode a little bit on the website, I guess you could say. So it keeps them on the website, because anybody else, any other website, basically, after you buy, you click out. As soon as you get that confirmation, you click out, you're done. This keeps them on the site.
Yeah.
So that is the major difference, I think, between the other types of upsell apps and things like that happen during the purchase process. This is actually prevents them from bouncing so quickly after they make their purchase, which is great, because then they'll go do some other activities on the site, or click some links, leave their email, whatever.
Yeah, and I think your store is a really good example of a high ticket item store. I mean, it's not the highest priced product, but it is high enough that people might not feel comfortable buying another one on the thank you page before they even got the last one. I think it's a really good example for anyone who is selling high ticket items, that just use this to really upsell on a subscription or a service or any kind of complementary product and accessories. So it's great to see that it's working well for you. So I wanted to ask you about the birthdays, because I know that you're collecting birthdays with the birthday widget, and you're using MailChimp. Have you synced the two? Because we do have an integration with them.
Oh, no, I wasn't aware of that. I knew that, I thought the birthday thing was associated with our reward app, not the ReConvert app.
Okay.
Oh, but yeah, I'll that's a great idea. I'd love to send out a birthday coupon or like a little gift card or something
Yeah,
on the birthdays. That's a great idea.
recommended. Very, very much recommended.
Yeah, we'll do. Let me write that down.
I think one last question as far as ReConvert comes is, have you seen anything that you can say other than the converting widgets? Have you seen any widget that you can say, this is something that I love having, whatever it is, like the order tracking widget or the product comments or anything that generates data from the customers?
No, again, like we're still fairly new to the
Yeah,
app, so I
yeah.
need more time myself to really explore everything that it can do. But I think just the way that it's set up post purchase is absolutely right. You guys have really done it right, and even the way it's like shows the timer on the bottom, everything is geared towards getting that second sale, and it's done so in a way that's friendly and really I think captures the customer attention.
Yeah.
So I think you guys have done a bang up job, and we'll definitely be using the app in the future.
Okay, thank you so much for answering all of my questions and being
Yeah,
here
no
to
problem.
tell us a little bit about your business. Last question before we hop off is, what would be your number one tip for any entrepreneur beginning, whatever it is in tech or in e-commerce?
Only even get started on some sort of entrepreneurship or startup idea if you are 100% devoted and really believe that this is your shot at success. And then if you bring that energy to everything you do with that business, it will be successful. But
Yeah.
if you have doubt or you're not really sure if it's gonna or if you're gonna have the time to devote to it, just back away right now and do something more normal with your time.
Yeah, that's
It's
yeah.
yeah, it's not a rational thing. You really just have to. Startups never work on paper. You really just have to really believe in yourself and in the idea and do whatever it takes to get there.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. You have to be prepared to work hard and long, and maybe
Mhm.
not succeed. And that's not something that everyone are capable or willing of doing. That's a really good point. So again, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
So I'm gonna link down below any social profile and any way that you want people to connect with you.
Sure.
And good luck with Lucid. I'm probably gonna buy a pair for myself at some
Oh yeah,
point.
you should.
So have a great day.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye bye. Okay, so this is it as far as my interview with Harrison. I hope you guys learned something from his experience building Lucid. I think they have a very interesting product as well as very interesting marketing tactics that not everyone uses. So I hope this was informative for all of you. If you are interested in getting a pair of these glasses for yourselves, we have a link with a discount down below that Harrison provided especially for our viewers. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions or anything that you want to add to the conversation, and we will see you in the next video. But before I go, do not forget to subscribe and hit the like button so we know that you like this interview and we know to bring you more of these. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.